Good day, people, and welcome to the Parentpreneurs podcast. I am your host, Terran Murray, and today I have got somebody who I am interviewing. And when I say I met this person at a wedding that I was DJing at, and when I first introduced myself, "Hi, my name is Terran. What's your name?" He said his name, and I just felt like a really warm connection with this guy. To say that he is a friendly face is an understatement. He's such a great character. He is a really hardworking individual as well. So I'd like to introduce to you Ollie Baines. Welcome to the podcast, Ollie.
Mate, thank you so much for having me. And mate, just quickly on that, like, I remember when you came over to introduce yourself at Nina and Sean's wedding, and you walked over, and I was like, "Oh, who's this?" I was like, "He's a vibe, man. He looks fresh." but honestly, genuinely, do you know what I love? Like, you just came over and said, "Hey, my name's Terran. I'm the DJ. It's so nice to meet you." And I thought, what a nice man. Like,
thank you.
How rare is it for suppliers to just go up to someone else and introduce himself and just say, "Hey, it's really nice to meet you. Looking forward to teaming up." And honestly, mate, that really stuck with me. Like, genuinely, like, aside from, being on this podcast, I'm not even just saying it. You're one of the very few suppliers who has like come up to me just on a human level, just said, "Hey, so nice to see you, bro." I was like, what a man, what a guy. So mate, it's so nice to be here, and thank you for having me, mate.
You're welcome. It does actually make that difference, because like as a photographer, I know as a photographer, sometimes you work alone, and if you haven't got that second shooter, you haven't really got anybody to talk to. So for me to come out of my way just to ask how your day is going, it kind of takes that weight off your shoulders, doesn't it?
100%. And often what I find is I end up going to other suppliers to say, "Hey, well, in the morning, if the florist is still there at the venue setting up, normally I'm the one that's going, 'Oh, hey, I'm Ollie the photographer. Like, these look amazing. The flowers look amazing. I'll send over some photos,' that kind of stuff." So often the emphasis is on you, but just having you there, I was like, "Oh yeah, there is like a bunch of other suppliers, and we're a big team." And you realize that you're kind of a big piece of this, like, you're little pieces of the big cog. And I'm like, yeah, man, Terran's going to do his bit today, and I want him to smash it. And mate, you absolutely crushed it. That honestly, the DJ set and the dance floor was off the charts. I was like, this is so good. But just, it was so nice to see you do your thing, but also just be on a human level, like a really nice guy. Because like you say, often when we're at weddings, it is just us, unless you have got a second shooter, and it is quite lonely. So it's nice to team up, definitely.
Amazing, brilliant. Thank you. Right, so you've introduced yourself as Ollie the photographer, and I wanted to know, how long has Ollie been shooting photography, or just doing photography in general?
So I started in 2019, kind of doing weddings, but before that, my wife got me into photography, actually. We went away to Edinburgh on like a little holiday at Christmas, and I was Mr. Rucksack Man carrying all the equipment, and she was like into her photography, and she'd be like, "Stop, wait, I need to take the camera out, I need to take a picture." I was like, "Oh, this is so annoying, like, can we just enjoy the scene?" And she was like taking all these nice photos, and at the end of like the holiday, she showed me the photos, and I was like, "These are like amazing, like incredible." I was like, "Give me one of your cameras, please." And basically I just followed her around, just like taking loads of photos and stuff, and I just fell in love with it. I'd always been creative. I'd always had that kind of creative spark in me, but I'd never pieced it together with photography. In fact, I found cameras really boring. I found photography really boring. It was something that my nan did, and she made me post her photos, and I just thought, this is just the most cringe thing ever. But actually, when I picked up a camera myself and realized my love for people and a desire to capture authentic, raw, beautiful moments, it really just felt like it was something that I was kind of almost like born to do, which is weird, because my mum always says, she's like, "I never thought you'd be a photographer." So kind of fast forward on, I've been doing it since 2019, but then I went full-time wedding photographer in 2023. So about 6 years, but full-time, two and a bit years now. So love it, mate.
Amazing, brilliant. And I mean, just looking at some of the photography that you display online, I got to say that every photographer has a unique style, but your style is it's amazing. It's just amazing.
So
you seem to capture beautiful moments that the couple really want and need as well. So yeah, man, kudos to you, man. Kudos.
Thanks, bro. It's really interesting, isn't it? Because like you say, every photographer, and I guess it comes down to like every supplier. Like whether you're a florist and you have, I get different like taste in florals, or a DJ, you're gonna have a different kind of DJ set. The same with photography. You're gonna have a style that resonates with you. I think fundamentally, you take photos that you love, and then you show those photos online on Instagram and on your website, and then what happens is your couples resonate with that or don't, which is good. That's almost just as important as them resonating with it, because you want couples to look at your stuff and go, actually, that's not quite for us, because then you do get the couples who love it and they want those photos. So yeah, you're very kind. I definitely try and capture the joy, the fun, the energy, but also with like a sprinkling of like couple time and like, nice golden hour sunset shoots to the couple. So yeah. I love it, man.
Cool. So you was inspired by your wife to get into photography. Does your wife still do photography now?
Yeah, so she actually did the weddings with me for about 18 months.
Yeah.
But she found it just way too much in terms of anxiety, the stress levels, because it is like weddings they're amazing, but they're full of stress. This is like people's wedding day. They're going to have these photos for the rest of their lives. So it does bring about all those emotions as well. And I think she just found the days 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 hours of shooting just so long. So she did about 16, 17 weddings with me, and she decided actually it's not for me. But what she's gone on to do, she's currently, we've got like a 6-month-old daughter and a 3-year-old, but she's on maternity at the minute. So she's just, she's not working, but she does do some maternity and some family shoots as well. So every now and again, bless her, when she feels like she's ready, she still has the camera and she like goes off and does her thing. And she's amazing, man. She's so good. She's got such a gift at capturing those moments. And I think now, because she's a mum, she can relate to other mums, other parents, and she can kind of capture that magic and all the stuff that she knows is important to mums later down the line. And she's brilliant. So big shout out to Nixie. She's amazing.
Amazing. Big shout out to Nixie. Right. So you mentioned that you've got 2 children. Did you say 6 months and 3 years old?
Yeah, Sebi is 3 years old and Imi, she's 6 months. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. So I wanted to know, how do you balance life of being a parent and an entrepreneur? How do you find doing that?
Nice. Do you know what? I think it's an ongoing struggle. I think balance is a really interesting word, isn't it? Because balance means it's like it's perfectly equal. And I think what we find is in our industry, maybe doing weddings, it's not always a level playing field. Sometimes you're going to have busy wedding season where you've got 2 or 3 weddings a week, or you've got 15 weekends in a row where you're working, and so it's really hard to then find the time to edit and to be present with the family, to have time with your wife and all these things. So balance is a really tricky word. I think what I try and do is prioritize family number 1, and work always comes second. So for me, I think what I've done over the course of building up this business is efficiency is a really big part of my workflow. So for instance, I photograph the wedding, I come home and I upload the gallery straight away. So it's all like, so everyone's asleep, I'm getting home, even if it's 1 a.m, I'm uploading the whole gallery. I'm finding a select few photos. I might even edit the previews and kind of edit them, put them on my phone, and I'll go straight to sleep. And then on the Sunday when I wake up, if we're shooting a Saturday wedding, I know that I've done all my work and that the Sunday is a chill day. We'll go to church in the morning, we'll chill with the family, we'll have a nice time. And it's like, that's the most important thing for me, because what I don't want to do is it bleeds into the rest of the week. And I don't want my kids to be like, oh, where's dad? He's always at work, or he's always on his phone, or he's always on his laptop. And there will be times where we have to go off and we have to do work, because fundamentally we need to work to earn a living, to look after our family. So it's this kind of vicious cycle. But I think for me, being present is the most important thing.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Yeah. But I think what I've learned as well is, before doing this, I was working like an office job. And I'd be working Monday to Friday, maybe 8 till 5 or kind of 9 till 6, that kind of thing. If I was doing that job now, I'd never see my kids. I'd see them at a weekend, but I'd never really be around. I'd be around for breakfast and maybe bedtime. But working for myself and shooting weddings, yes, I'm away maybe 1 or 2 days a week. Excuse me, but the rest of the time I can work around what I need to do, but be with the kids. So I can wake up with Sebs, I can do his breakfast, I can chill with him, I can play with him. If I drop him off at the childminder, I can be there. I can do my work in that 3 or 4 hours, go to the gym, do whatever I need to do, pick him up and just be present. So yeah, for me, I actually, as much as it is difficult, it is tricky. I really try and prioritize time with the family because like we said before, like recording, like this time is precious. Like
that is right.
Sebs is 3 years old and Imi's already 6 months. She's sitting up, she's giggling, she's laughing. She's doing all sorts of things, and I don't want to miss any of it. So I feel very fortunate that I am self-employed and I am like got my own business because it does allow me to have more time with the kids. So, but you're right. I guess balance is the right word, but it's tricky. How do you find it? Because your kids are a bit older. How long have you been doing DJing, and how did you find the balance with your kids growing up?
Right. So basically, I've been DJing for about 8 years now. And but before that, I used to, and I still play drums in a function band from time to time. So a lot of the time, I was playing drums in the function band, and then there was that transition in where I felt that I needed to become a DJ, which led on to bigger and better things, really. So I think in between that, as the boys were growing up, it was a case of like just spending afternoons and also doing the school run as well, which I'm still able to do up until now. Our eldest is 15 and our youngest is 8, and when these guys went through primary school, a lot of the time in the morning, if I wasn't working, I'd be able to take them to school, and then come back from work, chill out with them, spend time with my wife as well, and I'd say now that I'm DJing more, I do have a lot more time to actually spend more time with my family, because I also work in a primary school part-time, teaching music in the afternoons as well.
Oh, sweet. Oh, mate, I bet you're so good at that, bro. I bet you're class with the kids.
It's all right. It's okay, So after school, I get home probably about minutes to 5, and then these guys are already at home, so I get to spend the afternoon with them, sit down, have dinner with my family, and then when it comes to the weekend, depending on how many events I've got at the weekend, obviously in the height of summer, it's Friday and Saturday and some Sundays, but now it's like we're in September going on to October. I've only got like some Saturdays and some Sundays as well. So again, it's, as we've said, it's finding balance. I can now, as I said before, drop my son off to school, then I can go to the gym, come back, get ready to go to work, boom, and then come home, and that's it, know. And
the gym, sorry, Darren, like the gym's also a big part of it as well. Like, I'm a big gym goer, and I think just having that space just to be and not even think. And obviously, when you've got kids, you're often thinking about packing stuff. I need to do this, I need to plan this, I need to wash this. I just go to the gym. I like smash out like an hour class. I'm sweated out, I'm done, and then I'm in focus mode, and I know that I'll come back and I can do my 2 or 3 hours of editing, social media, whatever it is that I need to do, and get it done. So when Sebs is coming back, I'm like, I know what I've got left to do, or I know that I've got time where I can just be with him and chill and go to the park and play, all these kind of things. The other thing that I think is really important as well is, so Nick's my wife. She's obviously been involved in photography, in some capacity. So she understands the nature of the job. And one thing that we like to do is kind of give each other percentages on how we're feeling in terms of fatigue or levels of like energy. And some days she'll say to me, "Oh, I'm on 20% today."
Right.
So that means I know on that day, work has to drop 100%, and I need to be more with family to kind of help out, whether it's kind of like just doing dinner or like tidying up a lot more, or do you know what, just holding the fort with the kids a little bit, that kind of thing. So some days she's amazing at giving me space, and she knows that I need to work, but I think it's that communication which is a huge part of it as well, with your spouse, and just going, hey, I might need a bit more of you today because I'm really struggling, but tomorrow we'll give you a bit of room. So she's amazing at maybe taking the kids out for the day and taking them out if she knows that I'm in I'm in a place where there's a lot of weddings that need to be done and edited. So communication is a big part of it as well. Definitely.
100%, definitely 100%. Right. So you mentioned that just before you went into your self-employment of becoming like a full-time photographer, you mentioned that you used to work in a corporate job. Now, my question is, when did you feel was the right time for you to transition from being employed to being self-employed?
Yeah, mate, this is such a good question. And something that I think will differ for every single person. But for me, so I was working for a guy called Joe Wicks, Joe Wicks, the body coach. Some of you might know who he is. He's honestly such a lovely, lovely lad. I joined the body coach at the tail end of 2015, start of 2016. So just before I was into the photography. And then in 2018, 2019, kind of picked up the photography. And I was like really, really enjoying it. So I was doing it as a hobby, but still working like full time for Joe. And then it got to about 2020, 2021. And I'd started doing weddings, and I was getting a few weddings. So at this point in time, I'm working full time Monday to Friday, but shooting weddings on a Saturday. And I was realizing that I was getting more bookings. I was enjoying it a lot more than my job at the body coach. And I was just really honest. And I just said to Joe, I said, hey, mate, I'm in this situation where I think I could take a leap and do the jump. Excuse me. And I just kind of, something's got to give, and it's not going to be my family. I really want to do this wedding photography job. Do you think I could potentially drop a day here and work 4 days a week? And he was like, mate, absolutely. And I think because Joe, similarly, he's an entrepreneur. He set up his own business. He's got kids. He was actually really excited for me to go and pursue something that I was really passionate about. He knew that he'd, be losing, an employee and someone who'd been part of the team since kind of the beginning. And I loved working for Joe Wicks and the team. It's such an amazing, special time. But the job itself wasn't giving me the satisfaction that the weddings were doing. So initially I dropped the Monday. I was working Tuesdays to Fridays, shooting weddings. And it got to a place where I had 20 weddings it was 2022. I had 20 weddings booked in, and I was still working 4 days. And we just had our son, Sebi.
Right.
And I said to my wife, Nix, I was like, I'm going to burn out like big time. I said, I just feel like I need to make a jump now. And I said, if I don't do it now, I don't think I'll ever will. Because the safety net, do you know what I mean? Like the safety net of a corporate job, it's just there, and it kind of sucks you in. And there were so many amazing perks working for Joe. We could work from home. My wife was working there as well, so we could kind of bounce off each other. It was a really safe place to be. But sometimes when you're in a safety net, you can't grow. And so I said to Nick, I was like, I'm just going to do it. So I remember listening to a podcast with Sam Docker and Igor Denver, who are two photographers. And they were talking exactly about this topic of when to make the leap of faith. And they just said, there's going to come a point where no one's going to tell you, no one's going to hold your hand and do it for you. You need to kind of make that calculated risk. So there is an element of like calculation risk in it. And the good thing about wedding photography is that often people book you a year in advance. So you can foresee your finances a little bit. So I had about 18 weddings booked in for the following year, 20 for that year. And I thought, well, if I don't go for it, I'll never be able to know. I'll never be able to book more weddings. So if I jump now, I'll have more time to market, more time to put into my editing, more time to put into weddings, and just go full steam ahead. And my personality is very much I'm a big, like, driven person, like goal orientated, and I want to smash it and give it my all. So I knew that if I could go for it, I'd do it. So I just said to Joe, I said, mate, I'm in this situation. I just can't stay. Like, I want to do this. What do you think? And he was like, mate, how can I help you get there? And he gave me like one of the nicest shout outs when I left and handed in my letter just to resign. And he was like, look, one of my employees, Ollie, he's going to be a wedding photographer, go check him out, that kind of stuff. And honestly, like, he was so sweet. Got like 1,000 followers on Instagram, like overnight. Oh, wow. So many little inquiries. Honestly, I didn't ask for it for him, but I think he could just see that I was so passionate about it. I think he respected the fact that he had built up his own brand, and he was almost excited to see someone else not just jump ship to another corporate job, which is absolutely fine, but I was doing something from the ground up, and he knows how much effort and time and money and sacrifice goes into that. So did that, and honestly never looked back. So 2022 handed in my notice in like the November, and then 2023 January I was full-time wedding photographer.
Wow.
It was mad, man. It's such a mad feeling. Crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
Big shout out to Joe Wicks, man.
Yeah,
honestly.
Honestly such a nice guy. Such a lovely guy. People always ask me, what's he like? Is he like, is he actually like how he is on Instagram? 100%. Genuinely, he's one of the funniest people I've ever met, and he's one of the he's one of the nicest, kindest, most sensitive people I've ever met as well. Really, really sweet. Wants to make sure you're okay. So big shout out to Joe. He's I do owe him a lot because he was been very, very good for me kind of starting out. So
brilliant. Cool. So Ollie, I wanted to know, what do you do? How does Ollie spend his day off?
Oh, my day off. So if let's take yesterday as an example. So I had a day off yesterday. So normally kind of get up with the kids, love spending the morning with kids, have coffee, like chill. I'll try if it's possible, and again, like communicate with Nix. I always try and get a little gym session in the morning, get it done. Just making me feel good, like getting to the gym, thrashing it out. Because then I always come back a better person, a better human, and I feel like I've almost got more energy. And sometimes that's counterintuitive. You're going to expend loads of energy to get it back. But for me, it gives me that buzz, the endorphins are flowing. And so when I come back, that's it. I'm fully in like dad mode. Take the kids out to the park. Like we'll just go maybe to Bushy Park, which is just around here, which is lovely in Hampton. Take the kids out, take Sebi out on his scooter, play a bit of football. And just chilling really. We've got a really lovely community around here. We've got our gym, we've got our church, we've got some friends. Nix's mum's is up the road, so we'll always try and see other people, but we're also big homebirds as well, so we just like just being as a four and just chilling and taking it easy. We try and limit like TV time, so we always try and get out if it's a nice day out with the family. But for me, I think like health, fitness is a real priority, and also showing that to the kids. So again, Joe Wicks, he does these little like activate sessions. So Sebi, our 3-year-old, he joins in. So I'm always like, I want to show him about working out and being healthy and stuff. So anytime I do a workout, I try and do it at home or in the garden, and he'll like jump in as well and join in. So it's a mixed match of everything. And I think it's when you got kids, it's like it's very them led. You sacrifice doing all the things that you love, and sometimes I can't go to the gym and do whatever I want, but I try and do it when I can. But often it's like, hey kids, what do you want to do today? Let's go outside, go in the park, whatever. So it's a very different lifestyle now than it was 3 years ago.
I hear that. I definitely hear that, man.
You know what it's like. Yeah.
Amazing. Cool. Right. So next question. What solutions have you found that work well when it comes to spending time with your family and working on your business?
Oof. I think it's like what I said before, like honestly, communication has to be the number one start for everything. So often on a Sunday night, Nix and I will sit down, and she'll ask me for my diary for the week, and I'll ask for hers. So we know where each other's at. We know kind of spaces in which she needs to have a chill, that I need to have a chill, that I need to work, that she needs to kind of just have space with the kids or whatever. So I think communication is 100%. The starting blocks and the foundations for everything kind of working up. And I think, we definitely have times where we haven't communicated properly, and just it all comes tumbling down, and you were meant to do this. No, I was meant to do this. Where's my space? I thought we said this. And you realize actually like the lack of communication hasn't helped you there. So I think that's a really, really big part of it. But like I said before, again, Nix, she's really gracious, and she knows and she understands that the volume of work that I can have in the summer. So she gives me that grace and that space to do what I need to do. But sometimes I do genuinely just like get a bit get a bit of like FOMO from like being away from the family, you know what I mean? Like anytime I'm at a wedding or I'm editing, I'm always like, Nick, what are you up to? Like send me some pictures of the kids and some videos of what you're up to, because I just want to see you and I miss you. So I think for me, when I'm working really hard and I hear them coming back through the door, laptop shut, I don't want them to like see me on it, and I'm straight like with the kiddos, like talking about their day, and I'll try and take the reins so Nick's can have a bit of chill. Like I'll do the dinner, I'll sit with them and do bedtime, that kind of thing. I don't know if that answers your question, but I think it's it's just an ongoing battle, because there's going to be peaks and troughs that you must find it as well. Like when you're DJing, like some months are just like crazy. October for me, I've got 6 weddings, which isn't usual. So Nick thinks we're kind of calming down for the autumn. I'm like, hey babe, guess what? We've got 6 weddings to navigate this month. And so she knows, she's kind of preparing for like a busier time maybe with the kids. But then I know in tail end of October, November, I'm gonna be a lot more present, and I want to be more present. So
I do believe it is really important to communicate and whatnot. And one thing that you did mention about sharing your diary definitely helps a lot, because like at the beginning of the week, or like on a Tuesday, I'll let my wife know that this is what's happening this week, and she'll be like, okay, cool, I understand, and then just run with it, really. But obviously, if I've got like days off, like generally Tuesdays are my day off. Do you know what I mean? Or Friday if I haven't got an event, but Tuesdays is generally my day off. Like so what me and my wife will do, we'll do anything from like going to B&M to buy some hot chocolate, or going to like just going out and having something to eat as well, so we're just spending time together.
That's so nice as well. And like that's it, like in all of this I'm talking about the kids, but sometimes and I'm sure you'd have had this, Taryn, but the difficult part as well is like when you're married, it's then finding time together, because in the day you're giving so much time and your energy to the kiddos. When they go to bed, you're like, hey, I'm bushed here, like I'm done. And then your sense of quality time maybe decreases, and sometimes you're on our phone, we're scrolling, we're together but we're not really like purposeful. So again, we try and communicate and navigate, say, hey, like tonight let's cook dinner and let's just try and be present, and either we're going to watch something and generally watch it together and be like interested in it and whatever, or we're just gonna just sit and chat and that kind of thing, because it's not possible for us to go out and have a nice bougie dinner date at this point in time with the kids, and Nick's is breastfeeding. So we are in a place, and we know it's a phase, it's not going to be forever, but I think we try and support each other. The other thing that I do, sometimes it's a bit cringe, but I write a little note on the mirror when we in the hallway, so you can see it when you come down the stairs, and I often write like a little note just to Nixie, because I know how much like she's been sacrificing for our family, and just as a little thank you each morning I have a little note, and this has different things like employee of the month this week is Nixie Baines for holding the fort, for championing our family, for keeping us going.
That's so beautiful, man.
Just like little things like that, like you just got to find the joy in those little moments, and just reminding each other that we have got to make time for each other, as much as because you're burning out looking after these kids. They're feral, exactly. Man. They're feral.
Brilliant. Okay, cool. Right. So, I wanted to know, is there any advice that you could give someone who is looking to be an entrepreneur, who has a family, or who is actually looking to start a family?
Wow, that is a big question. So let's go. So the first part was advice for someone who wants to become an entrepreneur, who has a family.
Yeah.
I would say get in touch with someone who already is in that place, or listen to a podcast like this and just think about the realities of it. Like anyone who wants to be a creative and anyone who wants to be an entrepreneur and work for themselves, I am the biggest advocate, because I think we live in a world now where we all kind of want to do what makes us happy and what we love, and we're only here once, so I think just go for it. But I think it's also having that realistic expectation of, yeah, you can do what you want, but if you have a family, there's going to be an element of sacrifice to it, and it's not going to be all glitz and glamour all the time, because fundamentally, if you want it to be a success, like you have to sacrifice so much to build up your business, but also, does it come at the detriment of your family? And for me, like I said at the start, family will always be first, and then it's my business. So I think making sure your priorities are right, that's going to be the most important thing. But yeah, maybe it's a case of finding someone who is in that space already and you feel like they're doing a really good job of finding that balance. Sit down with them for a coffee and a chat, and just ask them the question and see if you can get any advice. Maybe like a mentor or something, and have that constant communication. Because if it's so new for you, you're figuring it out on your own, and you're going to make mistakes. And sometimes in life, trial and error is the biggest thing. Like, I definitely made huge mistakes when I first started, and I'd maybe miss things, or I couldn't be present, or again, I wasn't communicating with Nick's and the family, and I'd be working, and actually I'd feel bad that I was missing out on all these different events. But you have to kind of learn that at the start. So maybe it's a case of sitting down with someone and saying, hey, Taryn, mate, you're smashing it. Like, how are you doing this, DJ, and your family, and still everything's healthy and it's all kind of growing? Tell me kind of what's worked for you and maybe what hasn't. So I would say start with that and keep it like fun and relaxed, and check in with that person, because it's like we keep saying, it's an ongoing battle that we all face and we're trying to achieve. So that would be my bit of advice, definitely.
Okay, brilliant. Cool. That amazing bit of advice, guys. Listen, that's amazing bit of advice. What else can I say? So I wanted to know, and I want you to tell the people, you're a photographer. Could you tell them where to find you, your social links, and how they can get in touch with you?
So on like my website and like social media, it's just Ollie Baines Photography. OLLIE, no Y, no OLI, no OLLI, OLLIE, Ollie Baines Photography. You can find me on there and stuff. And if you like what you see, you can send me a message on my contact form on there and stuff. But
is that all across? Is that across all socials? Ollie Baines Photography.
Facebook, Instagram, website. I am on TikTok. I don't really use TikTok that much. I definitely should. Are you on TikTok, Taryn?
I'm on TikTok, yeah.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
I need to do more on TikTok, all over.
I bet you're so good. Huh?
I need to do more on TikTok, actually.
Mate, I bet you're so good at TikTok. I bet you're so good. Oh, come on. Mate, you're such a vibe as well. Like, hang on.
Oh, dude, before, thank you so much,
I want to talk about this hat that you were wearing at our wedding. You had this like... Man, you were looking fresh, bro. Like, that should be on there. Come on, is it there? Oh, stop it.
Is it this one?
Mate, it's that one. It's so good, man.
Thanks, man. I've got.
Is that your DJ like wedding? That's your wedding hat.
Okay, so.
Or did you change it up?
Yeah, I do change it up, but there's a story behind this.
Yeah, come on, tell me.
Basically, I got asked to do a gig the other day. I mean, not the other day, a few years ago, and at the time the lady of the band Global, I think it's Global Music, Global Entertainment Music. I'll put the name in the footnotes. But at the time, I got asked to DJ for them, and I was like, yeah, cool, no problem. So I got asked to wear a fedora with a suit jacket, a shirt, and a tie. So I was like, okay, cool. So tried it on and everything, took some pictures, and I was like, this is actually a vibe, you know? So what I did, instead of wearing like a jacket to weddings and whatnot, I changed it up because I wanted to be just a little bit free. Changed it to a waistcoat, a shirt and tie.
Yeah.
And kept wearing the fedora hats. I've got like a grey one, a cream one, a green and black one as well.
Yeah.
But obviously changed up the waistcoats as well. And to be honest, from that day, people have actually seen the hats and the waistcoats and thought, yeah, this is nice.
But this is it, right?
Yeah.
100%. Like, honestly, I've changed my outfit massively from the course of my photography, similar to you. So at the start, I was like, jacket, waistcoat, bow tie, and then I was like, I cannot move. Like, doing the photography for 10 hours, I was getting so hot. Yeah. So I stripped the jacket, kept the waistcoat, bow tie. Then I was like, I'm still way too hot and like immobile. So I ditched like the waistcoat, kept like the shirt, and then I was like, I still doesn't feel like me. Like, for the way that I want to capture weddings, the joy, the fun, the energy. So I just stripped it back a little bit and kind of gone for like a black t-shirt or like a white t-shirt and kind of some kind of suity sort of trousers, and I went for trainers, and I thought, I'm just going to try it. No one has ever said anything, but I feel more mobile, I feel more agile, I feel more me. And I think it's almost reflected in my photos. But sometimes people, and I have like this harness as well where I have my cameras. Every single wedding, people like talk to me about my harness or my outfit. They're like, man, you look cool. Like, I didn't realize you're a photographer and you're kind of wearing this. I like it. It's a nice vibe. And it's part of your identity as an entrepreneur and like as a business owner. So when I saw you coming over, I was like, man, this looks fresh. And I was like, he's such a nice guy. And honestly, it sticks in your brain. 100% sticks in your brain. So I totally can see how wearing that hat just has a big effect on how you come across as a business owner and stuff. Definitely.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I mean, like, at other events, i.e. like more relaxed events like birthday parties or the odd one or two corporate event, I can get away with like wearing like a Cuban shirt with a hat, you know, or just not even wear a hat sometimes and just go with rock the bald head and the beard. You know what I mean?
Come on.
You know, so yeah, man, that is it. But thank you, man. Thank you very much.
Listen, it's so good chatting to you, bro.
Ollie, it's been a pleasure chatting to you on this interview. There's been some gems that you dropped and some great advice as well. And it's been such an honor to actually interview you as well, man. You know,
mate, loved it. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to catch up, bro. Always good seeing your face, mate.
Yes, sir. Likewise, man. But listen, guys, as Ollie said, please catch him on all socials. Please check out his photography. If you need a wedding photographer, he is one of these guys that you need to be booking for your wedding next year. Or even if Ollie's got space for this year and you still are looking for a photographer, please check him out.
Top man.
In the meantime, guys, listen, thank you very much for watching the podcast. Please like and subscribe, and I will be back with another episode very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.